All right, my love Aries brothers and sisters. I'm Aries sun. So I feel you. Fastest moving sign of the zodiac. Possibly the most impulsive and careless as well, but holla. We're just like babies. Please forgive us. We don't know any better, do we, Aries? It's acting on impulse ultimately. And that's how we learn. Like, all of us have different ways of learning. So hey, yo, Aries, I'm live. I'm MJ from Ultra Love and Ultra Love TV. I'm the founder of Ultra Love. I'm the author of the Fearless Life Guide. I have this online business. I offer these intuitive tarot readings, 10 minutes to full live in-depth sessions. I do online coaching based on my 20-year spiritual awakening and transformation journey. I live intuitively. I'm an intuitive introvert. I'm highly sensitive empath. And I thank you. I thank you for being here. I thank you for choosing love. And if we be resin, we be resin. If we're not, we're not. So obviously only book yourself private readings with people and teachers and readers and stuff and healers that res with you. When things don't res anymore, it's almost like the journey has been completed. Holla! Hey Darren, how are you? What's your star sign, Darren? So I just finished a private reading, in fact, for one of all y'all. So just keep an eye out on your emails for that, okay? And then I'm doing a reading for those who resonate with the zodiac sign of Aries. Happy birthday also. Oh my word, you guys, it's my birthday in like 15 days. And holla, like, it's Aries season now. I think it's one of those moments where Aries, we have the Aries new moon on Tuesday. You guys know that I sort of got stuck in Portugal, and so I'm in Portugal until some of the borders and stuff open up. Because as I said, I live completely en flow, so like wherever intuition guides me, it's like, holla, off I go. Which is really pure in its intent, but people who are not intuitive or people who are very regimented in their physical reality, I often destabilize their sense, I think, of reality, because when you're fully invested in the 3D reality, the intuitive people seem crazy because our decisions aren't based in the physical reality. Our decisions are based in the heart, which is invisible to most people's, right? So, holla. Anywho, blah, blah, blue, blue. Hi, everybody. Hi, John. Hi. Welcome. So yeah, this is specifically for Aries. It is always, always my intention to offer you divine guidance and loving clarity from the heart for your journey ahead. This is a channel which is in resonant connection to paradigm shift energies, global paradigm shift, spiritual awakening, emotional intelligence, emotional awareness, and the law of attraction teachings, conscious creatorship. This is a quantum leap in our human evolution, and the current state of affairs right now is part of the paradigm shift energies. This is divine order. This is beyond the human 3D construct. So all of the systems of operations are being broken down right now. It's intense, but at the same time, there's a lot of aspects of the world that we were taught to buy into that are not actually in the good of all, or are really not in harmony with an evolved species. So that's now our evolution is unfolding because we have to. Okay, Aries. Okay, Aries, this is kind of good. This is exciting stuff. So we're starting off the month with the success card. This, and I'm actually getting like chills, but this is something to do with a positive unfolding, thank God. FYI, I'm also Capricorn ascendant, so like the last 2.5 years with Saturn transiting Capricorn has just floored my beingness. Most Capricorns I know as well have had it heavy. I mean, come on. Most people in the world are like, what is life? So none of us are exempt from the intensity of global change, albeit. However, let's get back to the Aries reading. Aries, we are starting off the month of April, and I really feel this. Like, I feel like end of March, which we're pretty much in that energy, that there's going to be some successful unfoldings, recognition. It just feels happy. It feels like, fuck yeah, man, like things are finally going around in my flavor. And then how beautiful is this, which is also part of, I would say, the divinity of it, like the miraculousness of it all, is that it's actually supported by justice. So it's not even like this is anything maybe that you're expecting, because it's not like you're like, yeah, I'm gonna manifest this, or I'm gonna be successful, or I'm gonna do this and people are gonna love it and blah blah blah, blah. None of that. It's just like some shit goes down and then you're like, ah, yay, thank God for that. And it's so good, and it's maybe so good that you never could have even imagined that kind of awesomeness just like flooding into your reality. Because it's sort of like the same, like you're moving into the month of April with this like happy, 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 happy April. So that tells me there's obviously some shit that happened between now and then, what, like 10 days, that is like, holla, and you're like, holla, I'm gonna just keep riding on my steed. And then this is the support card. So it's like massively like justice reigns supreme. So really, really good. And then we have the Hierophant. So there's some major turning points happening here because of the two major arcana that are like right bang in the middle of the reading. And like the Justice with the Success card teaming up there, moving into Hierophant energy, tells me that you're really empowered here, Aries. You've got this inner authority, like you hold the key, basically. I also get the sense of like, I feel like something's maybe had a turn, and that there's some kind of title turn, like people you used to bow down to, it gets flipped, and suddenly the people that you used to answer to are suddenly coming to you. Because I'm seeing these two heads, I'm seeing these two people kind of like looking up at the Hierophant, but it's in reverse. So I feel like there was a time, like before the Success and Justice came in, where you were the one going to the Hierophant, like going to the authorities, going to the da-da-da-da-da, maybe seeking counsel here, or having to bow down to certain constructs, and that's turned on its head. Clearly, it's something to do with this. It's something to do with this success and recognition in some form of great justice. It's like justice is being served, that kind of energy. I believe I saw Ronel. I'm sure I saw you there, didn't I? April baby in the house. Yeah. So you've not missed anything other than like what I'm recapping. Basically, success is injustice. It's like when the tower is there, and I want to say like, we don't have control over the tower. That's why it's the tower. It's like, rah! It's not like, oh, the tower's gonna come down, let's prepare. No, the tower's coming down, and like there's not usually any time to prepare. You just have to pick up the pieces, right? So in a turn of events where usually the tower can be symbolic or representative of shakeups and breakups, crises, like things that appear like crises, which, like that's kind of the energy we're in. However, the flip round here is that this isn't a crisis. This is something really fucking awesome. So you've got all this success where maybe you were anticipating more crises, but instead it's success because it's fucking justice being served. So I feel like I get this. It's almost like we're anticipating this, like, oh shit, here it comes again. And then something really good comes in. There's no grandiosity here. It's not, because the justice is here, it would signal to me that there has been maybe repeated injustices, i.e. repeated crises, things like jobs getting taken away. People you thought you were a friend evicting you, like so crazy shit can go down, but it's actually all part of an overarching story of justice being told. So that is fucking positive, Aries. Thank God. And then, so once it's like, I'm sensing like by early to mid-ish April, you're feeling like hella empowered. You're feeling lucky. This is good, isn't it, Ronel? I know. Bring it. Bring it on. Like, please, for the love of all that is good in this world. And then there's this card. This card is like super empowered. I also get like kind of a sense of like lightness. I must say, like, this character, sometimes when I look and read this character, there's a little bit of smugness. So just be aware of that. It's not like, I don't think many of this community go there, but like, you know what? When I'm reading it here now, it's not that at all. This is just a really like, I did it. I did it. Like, I got all my shits in a row. You know, I got my bank balances all sorted out. I got all my friends and all my community lined up here. Look at all the hard work I've done. Look at all the beautiful things I've created. Look at all the love I have. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm allowed to feel good about that. Nobody's gonna take that away from me. Holla. And then there's some messages coming in. I actually get a feeling that some of these messages have to do with a few different things. So there's creative working messages. For some of you, there's going to be family messages. I mean, considering the state of the world right now, this does not surprise me in the slightest, because this is family reaching out, friends reaching out. I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed either, but like all of us are getting emails from different companies about how they're dealing with all the crises and all this energy, right? So, and bearing in mind here, Aries, that there could be this kind of fast fire movement, but you're not necessarily going anywhere. This cycle, or what feels again like this month of April, has a lot to do with your intuition and really anchoring in the intuition, especially now that the energies in April are signaling this sense of empowerment, true luck, true justice. And you're finally going to be feeling successful, at peace. This isn't like, haha, I'm successful. No. This is just like, finally I can rest. Like, finally I can just be who I am. You know? This is unity. You know, this is joy. These people aren't like sitting here gossiping about this person writing in. These people here are like, yay! They're actually happy for you. Imagine, you know, like imagine being surrounded by people who are actually genuinely happy for you when you're happy, versus the other, which again, a lot of us in the empath community get people that are not happy for us when we get happy, or not happy for us when we go after what we want, right? So it's like, this is good. This is really good. Bring it on. Oh my God, I'm ready for you. Me too, right? Whoop, whoop. Holla. Yeah, this is huge. And we do. Oh my God, Ronald, we do. I must say, like, yeah. I like, as much as it can get exhausting, and I'm very more aware as an adult of the burnout energy, because a lot of us as Aries probably get that go, and then just literally like crash out for a few weeks, days, months. And yet eventually it's like, okay, I'm ready for more. Go. Like, that's I joke about that, the Aryan nature. It's like, I sense sometimes that kind of miscommunique, that kind of misunderstanding, where I think people think that we're doing it just to be a dick, or that we're doing it to be an arsehole. And it's not, because we can't not be who we are, right? And so only another Aries would get that kind of, that like must move forward. Like, and we're the babies of the zodiac. That's a part of our function as the Aries sign, any of the cardinal signs. And I have a lot of cardinal energy: Capricorn, Aries, Libra. I have a Libra stellium in my chart. I have Cancer North Node. So like all of my major points are cardinal. So there's like so much of me is about moving, evolving, move forward, charge ahead, go, 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 right? And if anything, I need the other elements and energies to help slow me down, ground me, balance me out, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the good stuff, we do not burn out. Holla. And that has been huge, right? And that's part of this whole like awakening journey stuff, is to feel ourselves into alignment. Because when we're living on flow, when we're living in that purpose precisely, and ultimately, in fairness, when we have the tools, in maturing and like learning to breathe and learning to slow down, has certainly for me, made that Capricorn, that more steady energy, much more present. And I'm and being grateful for that, right? And I would say you have like over the years, I think we as Aries can learn to temper the reckless impulsiveness, which leads to burnout, and harness the positive aspects. Like, nothing I'm saying is like rocket science here. It literally has to do with our own personal evolution and how we can begin to embody the higher or more positive, light-filled aspects of our placements versus the base tone aspects, right? So like every sign will have the positive and negative polarity, and we can either be feeding the negative or feeding the positive, right? So I could just be freaking out, impulsively making all these decisions which wouldn't serve me, or have a bit of time to breathe and focus and maneuver with greater clarity, taking all the rest and the time we need on the day-to-day basis, which I think a lot of the Aries have been learning that as a kind of almost like collective learning to how to move things forward from a greater place of compassion instead of creating wars, So yeah, embodying, which is a big part of the evolution of our species anyway, you know what I mean? Tithing the garden is work. Hello! Exactly. I mean, taking the dogs for a walk at work. That's part of why I wrote the book. I'm like, for a lot of us as empaths, our divine work is processing emotion in the human body. Like, I consider those emotional storms my work. If I'm not processing my emotions, I'm not doing my work. And I know I can't move and flow and stay in alignment if I'm not. So that's, again, the divine teaching. And Ronald is absolutely correct that the more I stay in my alignment, I don't get the burnout. However, like I witnessed recently, we also have to remove ourselves from toxic situations. Because even in the 2 weeks that I've been in Portugal, I feel like a different person. And I've had 2 people reflect to me. I'm like, oh my God, you look completely different. And I was like, yeah, I was fucking depressed. Living in a city again, living in another pattern of people pleasing that doesn't serve me, that puts my passion and purpose to the side to focus and support somebody else. That's fucking bullshit, it's not. It warrants the lessons, it warrants the learning, but as I free myself from those old patterns, it's like weight literally falling away and shedding, and feeling lighter and feeling more present so I can show up for my community. Maturity makes life. I know, Ronald, this is something are you having good weather while you work? Yes, I am. More string of now, pulled back, farther arrow goes. Shooting an arrow, something like hitting the target, Ronald. And that is something I also have, like, people say like, oh yes, I'm becoming more aware. And then another thing that I think is like, or we're just growing up. Like, You know what I mean about like some of the pretension or like, I guess, egoic grandiosity around like spiritual awakening and like I've been meditating for 20 years and that's why I'm so aware. Or I just grew up, like, or 20 years ago I was 19, now, right? And like the life lessons, and we can either big our egos up by putting all these fluffy words, or just say like it's maturity. And I love that. I love the like the groundedness of just, yeah. It's like, even I met somebody a couple of days ago and we were both talking about past relationships and stuff like that, and how we've had our hearts ripped out, spat on, stomped on, you know, like that process, and how painful it is to like invest and give your all into somebody who then just kind of, right? So like we're talking about those things, and I'm now at a point in my life where I'm like, I think that's just something that majority of humans have to go through at some point. Like, spiritual or not spirit, it doesn't fucking matter what words you put in. It's like heartbreak is a hugely inspirationally growing experience. You know, like, ugh, God, nothing in me would want to go back to that energy. But I know that it's made me a more whole person. Like, I know that my heart isn't, I know that in truth, my heart is more full, right? So then you find grace, compassion for the people who hurt you, and you can move on in more wholeness and integrity. And you might, oh my God, you guys, I don't know about any of you guys, but I must say, I am so thankful to be at a point where I'm like genuinely happy being myself. And I'm not like secretly kind of seeking a man or a relationship to complete me. Like, straight up legit in divine intuitive flow, people show up when you need them, and then they go. But it's really nice to be having encounters where there's no hooks. You know, like, we're gonna do this together and this is what you're gonna do, and blah, 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 like that fucking shit. Freedom! What's that? There's a movie where they do that, like, freedom. I'm thinking of Scotland. Braveheart or something? But they can't take our freedom! Oh, interesting. I'm pulling the Return of Spirit card. Beautiful. Beautiful. Magenta. One of you reached out recently and said you had a vision or an awakening, and there were these colors. That's triggering. There's definitely some kind of download coming in about community constellations and color, and the sense of like like almost like we all have some soul song. We also have some color. Like, I know my colors are dominantly like green, and then I have like a little bit of blue and purple. For some of the community, I know that they vibrate dominantly in the kind of yellow red spectrum. I know some people who are dominantly vibrating in the violet and the white and the blue, and I don't know. You can't take our lives, but you can't take away our freedom. It's like, imagine a day like that. We're all just like, oh, I'll just go in my house. Take my freedom. Honestly, I don't want to breathe the air. So, I don't mean to jest, you know, mega compassion. So this is the other card that came through for us Aries, is this fairy magic. You guys know that this is a new gifted deck from one of the from a crew member, and I am very much working with them intuitively and in my own. One thing that I really see, I am violet, fire, fire, fire. Yeah, like a violet flame. So I see it's like that blue, almost like a bluey turquoisey at the base, and then moving up into the violet. There is, I see the kind of white and white light around you as well. I mean, we all have the white light kind of surrounding. It just the kind of the force of the color, the kind of, and the clarity of the color is different. But I'm attuning that most of us in any kind of constellation tribe, between all the tribe members, that it's like making up all the colors of the rainbow, essentially, to make a whole. Again, there. Um, I'm just tuning in. So there's clearly something about tuning to colors. I feel that the color and the fairy magic has to do with how we connect to different dimensions, and then also use those connections, whether it's vibration in color, whether it's vibration in fairy, unicorn, mermaid, mythical, elemental creatures. There's support. It's support. I'm also getting a vision that for some of you, you might begin, and this is something else I'm getting with the dynamism of our global energy right now. It's that obviously there's this intensity, and then the duality of the global intensity and panic is also the fact that also what you have are just a bunch of people sitting at home, sitting at home just chilling, basically. So I get a sense that for quite a few people, this resting time, this kind of reset energy, is gonna bring gifts, intuitive gifts like magic online. And for some of, so I'm just having this vision that for some of you, you might start to see elementals. Like, you know, you're going for a walk or something and you suddenly see something out of the corner of your eye. Because it's almost like the aspects, so the multidimensionality and like the quantum aspects are going to start to be more present. So people almost spontaneously will start to see geometric shapes. People will see sound vibration moving through the air. People will see the elementals. You know, people will begin to make contact with beings from our galaxy, ultimately, that are part of this realm that the lower base tone projections haven't allowed us to access yet. So this is more, it's not just about like fairies. This is more to do with accessing, I think the white light is the purest fur of light. And then fractures into rainbow, bring it on. Yeah. 100%. Like the totality is the white. So all of us in our purity are contained in light, and yet as a manifest form, we have to embody color. Otherwise, we'd all just like merge into one another, right? So you could. I mean, I would say that's also the evolution of the idea of the ego, is that the ego is not attached to externals. The ego then is the embodiment of your color spectrum, right? It's noodles, you know what I mean? Like noodles, there's no, I don't know, like I'm just noodling. But I'm definitely getting the same, as in there's somehow an integral global tribe in the rainbow prophecy. And like, I know that this collection, i.e. All to Love TV, and people finding and resonating with the energies here, there is a link to the rainbow prophecy, there's a link to the rainbow warriors, and more of you are reaching out to me saying, I had a vision, or when I had my awakening when I was 8 years old, I was surrounded by this color. And or recently somebody's like, I just keep seeing flashes of da 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 da, and it's like there's the colors are communicating with us, you know. And all we can do is be as open in our field as possible to let the magic be known. and the more the magic is known to us, the more we can disseminate, discern, deduce, and help explain and make sense of it for more and more and more people, right? Thanks for showing up, you guys. That made it a lot more fun. Normally I do the monthly readings unlisted, but I felt like going live. Maybe it's Aries' birthday, so I want to do live, but it just made it a little bit more in depth and more fun to chat. So maybe I will do some of them live. So as a recap, moving into the month of Aries, and happy birthday Aries, moving into the month of April. So I feel like in the next 10 days, you might see some quite nice feelings of success regardless, but this is also potentially like creative recognition, promotion, just people suddenly being like, wow, well done, or you doing something that warrants the success, and it's bringing justice, because again, for many it could have felt like knock after knock, or like people stabbing you in the back, or people not seeing how fucking awesome you are, and then finally justice is served. You are embodying Hierophant, so you are becoming the authority in your own life, which suits you well. You deserve it. You know you do. You know this is like a lucky break. Positive messages, or just simply a lot of fast-moving messages. Obviously, with the energies of the month, I feel like this just has to do with the overall energy of family, friends, people getting in touch, reaching out, like trying to organize, make plans, you know, figure out what the F is going on with the world, that kind of thing. And ultimately, this whole month is really you anchoring your intuition, becoming the full high priestess energy, like really, really embodying the power. And then also as like a higher aspect to the guidance of this reading, be open and prepared and aware of the fact that you might start have visions. You might be seeing ghosts, you might be seeing fairies, you might I'm on the coast, so I might go swimming and stumble upon a mermaid, I don't know. And or you're going to embody more of you're going to embody more of the magic of the fairy kingdoms, right? Beautiful. There. A nice affirmation. I appreciate that. So that is basically what I'm sharing, is that now Ranel is actually reflecting that. So yeah, we'll see beyond the veil, right? So that might be little orbs, little lights, little fractals. You might start to see, instead of seeing these hard fixed realities, and I've had this as well, you'll start to see geometric shapes. You'll see, and I had this in my ayahuasca ceremony, but like when I spoke, at one point I sang during my Aya ceremony, and when I sang, I actually saw like almost like a cartoon, but I could see the like boom, boom, the sound waves moving through the air. It's not something we normally see, but like that's part of plant medicine. That's how it opens us up to our greater intelligence, right? Connected to the biosphere of the planet, because these are plants, right? So the plants are there to teach us, which has been part of the human evolutionary story for pretty much ever since we can remember. We just, our beautiful system just decided that wasn't important to their plan, but we're going, I think it is actually. So today, so that's Ranal basically affirming like that. You're seeing beyond the veil. And fortunately, we're all aware enough to allow it. It's like if we see a fairy, we're not going to be like, what the fuck, Tinkerbell? You know, we'll be like, hey, and have communications, wisdom, right? Stuff that comes through from these messages. So thanks a lot for showing up, you guys. This was really fun. Oh, I just sent a shout out. And if you're subscribed to All to Love, I just sent a shout out. And there's a few little deals, as in like, I forget exactly what they are, but there's definitely a couple deals on like buy 2 20-minute readings, get one free. Buy 3 30-minute readings, get one free. You know what I'm saying? So if you're into the readings and you want to book one, feel free. It's likely that if you book 1 or book 2, you're going to get a freebie. Anywho, love you guys. Have an awesome month of April, Aries. I look forward to seeing you guys next month, and let me know, feel free to comment, let me know how your month of April is going, how the end of your March is going, and mega loving blessings for all of you guys. I love teacher plants too. I know, they're just the juice of life. Like, well, I mean, love. Love is the juice of life in truth. But yeah, like plant medicine, teacher plants are so healing, you know, so healing for us. So Captain Hook, where does that come from? Captain Hook. Where? Oh, Tinkerbell. Ah, hey vampire. What the fuck, Tinkerbell? I know, right? It's like Never Neverland, you know? It's like Peter Pan and that story. It's like, I'm pretty sure that's what we're kind of wanting to prepare ourselves for, is like a reality that we thought was beyond our, way beyond our imagination, you guys. Like, it's like all futuristic, kind of voyeuristic, and this is our reality that we're preparing for, you know? Hello, love and light, love and light. And yeah. And I'm thinking, like, in the backdrop of dark. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, you guys. I'm gonna probably do a few more, but I'm not sure I'll do the live, but no thanks to the evils, exactly. Like, Care Bear stare out the evils. Like, Care Bear stare. Like, evil, stare it out. That's pretty much what I do in my emotional storms. Like, my emotional storms are literally just me being like, but inside myself, I'm like Harry Potter, being like, to all the fucking pain and darkness in the world. I've got my like wand and saber, and I'm like, love is real. But there you go. I'm pretty sure that's how we become the alchemist, is that we are burning up density and transforming fears in the light of our awareness. It's just a potent, you know, especially in a society where we're all supposed to just be like, hi, I live at the Truman Show, hi. And the moment we feel sad, everyone's like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I'm like, well, nothing really. It's just that there's a whole bunch of weird bullshit going on. That we have to empower our Jedi light force, my lovers. So yeah, there you go. Love and light to all of you. Happy to be here, and I'll for sure see you next month, if not before that, in my daily live tarot, collective intuition updates, noodle sessions, live share crew, online yoga crew, Be the Change courses, online coaching. If you want to buy stuff, feel free to go do that. Otherwise, just keep being love for yourself. And I just absolutely adore you. I know, right? Like, we're being invaded by... be prepared, my lovers. You know, the alien agenda is another part of the story. I love it. I love it. You guys are the best. Have a gorgeous Patronas. Yes, Unicorn Patronus. Holla. Yeah, you guys are the best. I love you so much. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Look at this. Is definitely time for me to sign off because I can't talk no more. I love you guys. Have an awesome day. Peace out, my lover.